We will all remember 2020 in terms of how COVID-19 spread it to the world from Wuhan, China, despite an alert by the dedicated doctor because the Chinese Communist Party leadership deterred informing the world and the World Health Organization on time. Instead of cooperating in finding the origin of the virus, Chinese President Xi Jinping decided to use the strategic opportunity to launch military assaults against Taiwan, India, Vietnam, Philippines, and Japan to fortify the Chinese claims on the disputed territories dream of Jinping's dream. The signs of Mr. Jinping being an ambitious leader were clearly visible. Following his appointment as Vice Chairman of the Central Military Commission in 2010, there was a spurt in China's militarization of the South China Sea, including the recurrent forays into disputed territories. After taking over as a General Secretary of the CCP in the November 2012, Mr. Jinping consolidated his hold by eliminating his rivals in an anti-corruption campaign, pushing his relatives and friends into the Politburo and demolishing patronage networks of rival leaders. In November 2014, Mr. Jinping summoned the China's foreign policy and military elite into Beijing and told them that it was the time for China to embrace big country diplomacy. The following month, he informed the Politburo members that he planned to make China's voice heard in the international fora. In 2017, Mr. Jinping spoke of his dream of restoring the China to a great power status on par with the US by 2049 and building a world-class army by 2035. But the policies Mr. Jinping is following, that is the state of domination of economy, the state domination of the economy with increasing reliance on the public sector, slowing down the market reforms, accumulation of the high debt, unproductive expenditures, lack of reforms in education and health, and erosion of the human freedoms and increasing isolation of China due to his aggressive policies will not take China towards greatness. Rather, they will slow down the economic growth. China does not have the cheap migrant labor and favorable international environment that it had in Deng Xiaoping's era. Mr. Jinping and other Chinese leaders have closely followed how the US obtained its great power status by mastering emerging technologies, modernizing the armed forces, and setting up a network of allies. Mr. Jinping has used all the tricks available to achieve the supremacy in the 5G, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and new materials, including the forced transfer and stealing of technologies. The concept of restructuring the armed forces and particularly introducing the joint theater commands has been borrowed from the US. Mr. Jinping has commenced a rapid military build-up that is unprecedented in peacetime in the recent history. This is aimed at rivaling the US military capability in the few years. China has the biggest navy in the world. The Belt and Road Initiative was announced in 2013 to seek new markets and allies for political, socio-economic and strategic use. So the new ports for civilian and military use are being sought at Gwadar, Pakistan, and Jask in Iran, and Djibouti, Hambantota in Sri Lanka, and Sihanoukville in Cambodia, and other places to project the power overseas. And not surprisingly, all this has been done under the Communist Party program of socialism with Chinese characteristics. Little attention has been paid to improve the quality of education in science, technologies and mathematics, which underpins the West's success in advances in technologies. The capability of high technology equipment like the fifth generation fighter aircraft, the aircraft carriers and the long-range bombers remains inferior in China as the country is unable to procure or indigenize advanced technologies. Several experts believe that Chinese equipment is at least one generation behind theirs. Debt-ridden China is scaling back its BRI projects as many have become financially unavailable. These were conceived to please Mr. Jinping and never took into account of the vulnerabilities of recipient countries. Concerned about the growth of corruption and its impact on the control of the party, Mr. Jinping has slowed down market reforms which were the backbone of China's prosperity in the last 3 decades. Despite being the second largest economy in that is China has few allies and friends except Pakistan and North Korea. Mr. Jinping fails to realize that US status as a global leader was based not only on its wealth and military power but also the lure of its governance model, the ability to coordinate responses to international crises and provision of the global public goods such as freedom of ideas, quality education, foreign aid, encouragement of free trade, security of international shipping lanes and fight against terrorism. China has shown little interest in delivering global public goods. Mr. Jinping believes that China will be able to impose its will on the rest of the world by sheer use of power, forgetting that besides China there are a number of other countries such as United Kingdom, France, Japan, India and Australia which have also acquired the economic and military power and are capable of resisting its abusive behavior. Worried at the prospect of the President-elect Joe Biden uniting the US allies and partners in resisting the China's practices, the Jinping regime is trying to divide the transatlantic alliance by offering increased market access to the EU countries and vaccines against COVID-19 to ASEAN. How much these efforts will succeed remains to be seen. There is a growing concern that Mr. Jinping's unfettered ambition to seek the global dominance will create newer conflicts which a pandemic-affected and recession-hit world cannot afford. Given that his colleagues in the Politburo are unable to put brakes on his hegemonic ambitions, this year will tell us if the new US president, acting with his allies and partners, will be able to do so to prevent the world from sliding into new catastrophes. So this is all about the hurdles in Jinping's great power ambition, that is to achieve the global leadership. China needs more than the wealth and military power.